There we go. Hello, everybody, and good evening for me. Good morning for Heather. Hello, hello. We have a writer wind down tonight. So welcome to this very chill, very relaxed, sort of a work session, sort of just a calm down, plan, and ponder. I like the vibes. So I'm doing this for the month of August, and I'm inviting some special guests on to just sit and ponder with me. And today I've got Heather Salter-Purves, and I would love for her to say hello and introduce what she has on her channel and what she likes to write.
So yes, I'm Heather Salter-Purves. I'm a queer fantasy author based in Western Australia, and I sort of write like dark, moody fantasies. I will be releasing a sapphic reimagining of Hades and Persephone with Welsh mythology mixed in, called Her Daffodil Queen. So that will be coming very soon. And yeah, just sort of working on sort of mythology reimaginings and queer love stories and fantasy.
Sounds good. I was asking you before, and then we ran out of time. Do you participate in any of the Booktube readathons? Because there's one being hosted by QWordy right now.
I'm currently taking part in.
Yes.
No, I've that one terrifies me. I even watched yours, and I looked at it and went, "No, thank you. I'm scared. I gotta sit over here." But no, I'm currently
maybe just the rainbow. Maybe just the rainbow. Oh, what's that one? Once Upon a Thon?
I've looked at it. No, Pick Pongathon being held by
Amy does that.
Yes, being hosted by a lovely Australian booktuber called Crystal from Bond Book Reviews.
Nice.
So basically, she plays beer pong for her TBR game each month. And there's teams for this one. I am hosting my own like really low key readathon this month called Authortube-a-thon.
Oh, really?
Just the idea. Yeah, really low key. I was like, yeah, we'll do it. Just the basic of like, let's read some Authortube books and
nice.
The like prompts of like special abilities and like being a good neighbor, of reading someone in your own region.
Nice.
And shouting from the rooftops is one of the prompts of like, just go and review the book.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
that's great. So, okay. Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention. August Authortube. I mean, that's a natural union. Yeah.
Yes. So I'll try and host. I'm going to try and host it again, like each year, because I was like, it's a way to also give back to the community.
To try to help create community. Yeah. Speaking of each year, I have an anniversary coming up, 4 years on Booktube, and I have an anniversary stream on Sunday. So just reminder before I forget, Sundays 10 a.m. Pacific time stream. Come and celebrate with me. I'll have some guests and some giveaways. How long have you been on Authortube, Heather?
Oh, consistently. Like
since you proclaimed a channel.
But I made the channel in 2016 as like a Booktube channel, and it's kind of gone through in amalgamations and shifting.
She'll come back. There we go.
We're back. But I'm also kind of rebranding the channel at the moment. Yeah, I'm also trying to rebrand sort of just to Heather's Hearth side to get more of like reading as well as writing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so officially, like it's been 8 years, but I haven't really but sort of given it a good hot go about 2-3 years. Because it's gone from being like my name to like the Lycan Project to like my Authortube channel, but like so it's ebbs and flows.
Yeah, kept pace with the changing seasons. Yeah, nice. Well, cool. Well, how are you feeling? So I've been asking people to emote at the beginning to like get out any like restless energy or any like Leftover emotion from the day. But I don't know. How is your morning built up? How are you feeling about writing life in general?
Writing life, pretty good actually, because I've kind of like timed myself because I've got her Dafty Queen off to an editor, so I'm feeling relieved with that and comfortable in like the new approaches and outlining and stuff I'm taking. So like just in control, but I'm not, but also learning to go with the flow for like mental health and everything.
It's a delicate
not put too much pressure on it. Yeah. And learning to be like gentle on myself where things don't work the way I want them to.
Right. That's a hard thing. Do you have any tips about that? Because for me, when I try to like drill down and distill, like, what am I doing different now that allows me to get a little bit done here, get a little bit done there, instead of completely collapsing when I'm feeling very stressed, I go, I don't know. It's just an attitude shift. I have nothing to share. Like, is there anything that you can like pinpoint that helped you ease into that?
I went back to Sarah Cannon's like 90-day planning, and really like digging down to it. And it's like, what do I actually have time for? Because it's great to be like, I'm going to write 6 books this year. It's like, yeah, but realistically, 6 books at 70K each, like you're not going to be able to achieve that and do the balance. I think it's also, I'm sort of look at it as like when my daughter is at school between like 9 and 2, like they're my like that's when I'm like, nope, I am an author, I'm a writer right now. And then I sort of take a step back and go, when I'm not, I could take off my mummy hat and put on my like writer hat. And then it's like, we're trying to get into that habit of like, we all as a family are going to sit down and read for half an hour. So sort of structuring it and understanding. But I think it's also, I've looked at it and I went to a workshop and it was very much like, and I think it was a mumpreneur group. And it's like, no, this is important to me, and actually treating it like a job. Because someone goes, oh, you're a writer, you can do it anywhere. It's like, yes, I am a writer and I can write on my phone, I can write in a notebook. But actually treating myself with the respect that this is serious and actually holding myself to that accountability, but also having an expectation of other people, like making sure people understand that this isn't just a hobby for me. This is like puts my soul on fire. I know that's
right. It's like going to church. Yeah.
It's like, no, this is a non-negotiable for me right now.
What I think is difficult is that some people may try to ask that of themselves and say, here are the goals, here are the 6 books I want to write, but then not be clear about, I need to make that clear to everyone around me so that they respect those boundaries. So they're holding themselves to account as well as not getting any support from anyone because they haven't like redlined it. And you're like, I can't do both of these. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's really good. Melissa was here. I don't know if Melissa is staying, but would love to see you and say hello. So typically we do a little bit of chatter at the beginning and then a 30-minute session of whatever we want to go through. Do you have in mind something that you want to do as your processing activity or your planning activity for today?
I need to tidy off my desk.
That's how it starts. Yep, that's what I usually do.
I'm looking at it going, I need to like tidy the desk.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of let it go this week. And I'm like, no. Get back on track.
Yeah. All right. I have been doing some video prep because thinking myself into the future, and I think I've got most of what I need for Sunday, and now I need to work on the run of show. So I think that's what I'll be doing. My victory for today. Here's the other thing, since your video is still working. Any victory for today or in the last 24 hours? Because yesterday I was like, I got one 30-minute session. I compelled myself to sit down for 30 minutes for edits. That was a victory. Today I did 4 30-minute sessions, so I'm feeling pretty good. How about you?
My victory. I went to a writing workshop last night on narrative tension.
Oh my gosh. How was it?
It was really good. the person that runs it, like, was hosting it, is a historical and literary fiction writer, which all kudos to people. I'm not a huge, like, historical fiction person. I'm sorry. Like, it's not my jam.
How many people say that? I'm just like, you haven't found the right book. This is my...
And that's the thing, is like, weirdly, like, I know, like, the Tudor history, like, I love, and it's weird thing, love history, but I think it's just because everyone's like, read historical fiction, and they all give me like World War II books, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't want it.
Right, the same story.
But it's the same story, but it's, and I've tried like different periods in history as well of reading it. But like fantasy, I'm like all over. I'm like, yay, that's my jam. But no, it was also good to sort of, she went through like what drama is and what tension is and what stakes are and conflict and how they're actually all different, but all, and like how to actually, and it kind of suddenly went, oh, okay, like, and how they're utilized. And what different types of tension are. Because I was like, oh, tension's tension. It's like, no, there's like puzzle tension and goal tension. I'm like,
interesting. That is very cool. That sounds,
it was a 2-hour, like 2.5 hour, and it was like writing, like, and there were writing exercises, and I was like, oh, you know, that's going to be great. But it was actually really good to also then implement it. And I didn't feel like it was specific to like not like non like like not generic, what's the word, like it's not, it wasn't like you couldn't apply this to any genre you're writing, and how it's like applicable to all fiction. So that was really interesting to go to.
Very cool. Excellent. So we're both like feeling pretty strong in the moment, and we're gonna take our 30 minutes. I've got a timer from Tiffany. She'll show up at the end of the hour, maybe, because I have to set her name, but just a nice sunset. And I will mute myself and play some nice calm music. But if you're ready to go, we can go ahead and start. All right.
Sounds good.
go. Wow, that was really smooth. That's the smoothest I've done it yet. Now surfacing back to the real world. How did it go for you?
Good.
Good?
I've just got piles of books.
Oh, okay.
Piles of books I need to put away now. I've got
Uh-huh.
to find places for all the books I did the book haul on the other day.
Oh, nice. Okay. I just did a big getting piles of books off of my floor into the bookcase. So I was pretty proud of that a few days ago. Off the desk. That really would stop you from writing, from getting work done.
Well, it's like I did a book haul the other day, so like I actually have to put these in like their homes. Oh, this is also all book haul stuff from the other day as well.
Uh-huh.
They've just kind of been piled.
Yeah.
Like,
so can I ask
and
you
then I've started to like create my TBR next month.
Okay. Yeah. That's my question. Like, how long do books cure when you haul them until you read them? Or does it vary, or is there an indicator that would tell you?
It varies. But I'm working on like sort of Q4. I'm going to change how I do things. But they've just launched like a special edition book subscription box here in Australia because the postage kills us.
Yeah.
So this one was the September fantasy romance one.
Pretty.
And then I did get I got 2 classics.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to collect all my classics in this edition because they look really pretty.
Yeah, the foil cover gets me too.
Yeah. But they're also, it's like Northanger Abbey and this one's Little Women, and we've already got some. But at least then, like I get, and they're on a 2 for like 40 deal in my bookshop. So like we can go in and get a couple at a time and just slowly build up our classics.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I sort of also in like September or October, I'm also going to double check, like, you know, people like, these are the 10 books I must read this year. I'm like, I need to double check that list to make sure I've actually read some of them because I know I made a list of 10 books I wanted to read this year.
Okay.
I don't know if I've actually achieved any of them.
Yeah, see, I don't make any
or
of
I
those
put them on a TBR and then move them.
I can't follow through on any of that because I can't make myself read through certain things. It's all just what I pick up and what my interest is like in the moment. So I would fail on all of those. Although the last few hauls I've done, the time has gotten shorter. Like the last maybe 3 things, I've read something from them right away. And I've read most of them right away, which is weird. So apparently that's my new trend, is that when I buy books, I read them. What?
Amazing.
I know.
Well, it's just like I did order Delicious Monsters for Authortube-a-thon by Lascelles Sandbury.
Yeah. It's a great one.
I specifically bought that on the principle of I wanted to read it. And then I pulled off my shelf Brittany Wang's of Wings of Ash and Dust. And it's like she wrote a serial, like 6-part serial. And so she's done a bind up.
Nice.
So stuff like that. And then next month I'm going to try and do a series closeout. So like books that I'm in the middle of series. I just need to read the like next
progress
book in the series.
Progress-a-thon, maybe.
One possibility I see.
That's not me. Someone's getting an automated voice. And Heather's frozen. Oh, welcome, Leslie.
Yes.
Well, she's frozen. There we go.
Not talking.
I heard you for a second. I'll wait for it to come back. I think your phone may have interrupted your Wi-Fi signal.
Oh, no.
But you're back. I can hear you. You're not moving yet, but I can hear you.
Silly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Melissa said, I wound down with a refreshing and nutritious late dinner, watching a lightning storm and watching an episode of a silly show that makes me laugh. Excellent. That sounds like a good wind down. Yes, on a Thursday night. That's perfect for the weekend. Because her weekend now, I think. Nice. Nice. I did a lot of reading.
I do like thunder and lightning storms.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Leslie was saying beautiful cover. I don't know which one. One of the
Which one?
fantasy romance ones, probably. Yeah. And Melissa says,
Die for You.
Yeah, probably Die for You. That's pretty extravagant. But you read tons of books when they're part of a challenge, Margaret. And I do sometimes and sometimes not. Mostly challenges I highlight, I read like one during the month. So, but this Herkyid challenge is going to be like 130 something. So, it's a good thing we have a year.
Is that the hardest book challenge you'll ever do?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I looked at that and I just got so terrified that I was like, no, thank you. But I am going to do the R Fantasy Bingo.
Nice. I don't know that one.
I'm going to double check where I am on that list.
Okay.
Because I also stupidly went, I'll do the hard mode. So there's like extra bits in that.
Well, I felt like when I went through the prompts for Q-wordies for Stephanie's, they were things where I feel like I'm weak on in terms of highlighting and supporting. And so I was like, okay, this is a good reminder for me to make those priorities so that I'm more even. So like it's going to help even me out. So yeah. Leslie said, yep, agreeing. That sounds like a lovely evening. It was. Yes. And she's 2 hours ahead. So 11-ish. So good night, Melissa. Sleep tight. You deserve it. I did the run of the show. I got some interesting questions for folks, and I did think of a fun poll question. And then I started reading my audiobook magazine. This is the magazine I work for, and I don't get the magazine until 2 weeks later because I don't know why. It's just late when it comes to me. So I'm reading some of the stuff that the editorial staff do, and it's kind of cool. So, yeah. Do you like audiobooks?
Oh, I am an avid audiobook person. I will fight people that say that it's not reading.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a bit ableist.
Yeah.
But as long as you're enjoying it, and I don't care, immerse yourself in stories however you need it done.
Do you have a favorite narrator, favorite voice that you can like remember the book that like, oh my gosh, that was such a great performance?
There are some. I know that the Illuminae Files by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman are amazing audiobooks because it's like full cast and they do the music and everything.
Oh, wow.
But it's a mixed media book. Immersion reading it is because you miss out on like there are parts where you actually physically have to turn the page and everything. And like if you ever get the audiobook and like the Illuminae Files, immersion read them because that's like the best way to enjoy that because it's done all through like there are two people on ships, separate ships.
Okay.
And then you get like their log, like their chat logs and like legit like
nice
reports and stuff, and it's just done really well.
Nice. I've definitely heard of Jay Kristoff, but I don't think I've heard of that book, but that sounds really cool. I'm reading a book for book club right now called Yinka, Where's Your Husband? And it's doing an interesting thing at the beginning of the chapters. It has a little image that is like a internet search history. So it's like what she's looking up to contribute to the story of this like rom-com. So it's good so far. It's lighter than I thought, but I think it's just starting to get a little bit more depth, like 5 chapters in. So I'm enjoying it.
I will say Ray Bradbury is horrible as an audiobook narrator.
Does he have narrator? Does he have audiobooks on file, I should say?
I think yes, because I listened to him read his he read Inferno 451.
Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit, not Inferno. Fahrenheit. Yeah. And he talks like this. And I was like, no, thank you.
So Melissa says, I definitely have favorite audiobook narrators.
What?
Yes. And she's asking about the magazine, and the magazine is called Audiophile Magazine. Ta-da! World of Audiobooks. So, yeah, just looking at things. The one I was going to say is Juliet Stevenson. She's the one that like converted me from audiobooks are great, but like, when am I going to make time for that to, oh, wow, this is a performance. I enjoy this.
Yeah.
When she narrated Miss Austen. So that's like my watershed moment. And I'm like, well, yeah, anything. She's great.
The Terry Pratchett ones are really good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking. Who was I talking with? I was talking with someone about Terry's. And it was like yesterday. Terry Pratchett, Terry Goodkind, Terry Brooks.
Yeah, Terry Pratchett audiobooks are really good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's also like I grew like my dad would listen to them while he was driving me around to sports while I was in high school and stuff. So it also brings back that like memory of like we bonded over the Discworld books together because things like we'd talk about it, and if he dropped me off and then come back and get me, I'm like, so what happened?
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, no, so they're really good. And I recommend, but if people want to get into audiobooks, I recommend getting an audiobook of a book they've already read so that they know the story to see if they like the process of reading it,
right, so
rather than trying to take in
the
information of the story as well as the reading experience or the absorbing of information experience.
Because they could get a bad book that they don't like and blame the format on that. That's true.
Yeah, that's why I'm sort of. That's how.
Yeah, it's a fun memory with your dad.
And then we do it with my daughter now, and she's like, "Mummy, read your book. Listen to your book in the car." But I have to be careful of what books I listen to because I was listening to Fourth Wing, and I was not aware that they were not suitable for 4-year-old scenes, and all of a sudden they start kissing, and I hear from the back, "Ooh la la." Okay, we're going to listen to the Wiggles now.
Oh boy.
We're going to listen to the Wiggles.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, I don't listen to most of my audiobooks in the car because I try to restrict the amount of driving I do because I live in a city and I can. But when I do listen to things around, I'm walking and no one hears it but me. So it can be as naughty as I like. Or like I've had instances where I've wanted to cry when I'm listening to a book in public, and it's just like, how do you explain that? So if a book really gets you,
just let it go.
Yeah, let it loose.
Let it go.
Nice. Oh, Melissa says, I've been listening to the lit RPG book your guest last Friday recommended. Nice. Yeah. Elaine recommended a really cool lit RPG book. Where's Bean? Bean is, hey, he's on the ottoman. He's about 3 feet that way. And he just did this with his ear. He's keeping everything in line. Lola is adorable. Yeah. Melissa says, I ran away to evil. That's the title of the lit RPG book. Fun light read that's perfect for this time in my life. That's fun. Excellent. Well, I'm glad. I hope Elaine gets that feedback and is happy for recommending a good one. In the meantime, if you're in the market for sapphic romance, fantasy romance, you can visit Heather's channel, links down below, as well as all her book links, which are on her channel. So I think we're good for like this hour. We'll wrestle. Bid people adieu. How about that? Bid people adieu and off to dreamland or whatever reality they have to face today. Yes, and I asked if there's anything you're doing soon, but you had like 3 different videos that you just mentioned on your channel that now I want to go back and catch up on. So definitely check out Heather's channel and subscribe. And any last words for our lovely ladies in the chat?
No. use your voice to create positive changes in the world.
Excellent. And they both do that. They both are excellent examples of that, Leslie and Melissa. So thank you so much for watching. And thank you, Heather, for coming along for the ride for a writer wind down. And have a lovely rest of the evening or day, everybody.
Thank you for having